Hi guys and welcome back to another Dot Race video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. Continuing on with our World Championship, it's now time for round 11 of our career mode, and it's time for Kymiring in the Finnish GP. So starting in pole position is Johan Zarco with Pecco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo in the front row, Miller, Oliveira and Espargaro, Vinales, Mir, Marquez, Rins, Martin, Nakagami, Morbidelli, Lackawanna, Espargaro, Petrucci, Rossi and Grant, Bastianini, Marini, Marquez, Savadori and Brad Binder at the back of the grid. So we now look to the red lights, waiting for them to disappear, and once they do, it is all systems go, and away we go. The graphics are going haywire on the left-hand side with Petrucci and Marini allegedly crashing, but for the time being we're going up on the inside of Rossi, up on the inside of Espargaro, up on the inside of Petrucci, round the outside of Morbidelli. What a start on these soft tyres. And can we get over the inside of Nakagami perhaps, going into the right-hander of turn 4. Brilliant start coming in from the man who's second place in the World Championship for the time being. Bring on the power setting 3, bring on the acceleration, and let's see how well we can do on this long straight as we go past not only the former World Champion but the current World Champion as well. Look how hard we are going the brakes. We're up into 7th position, ladies and gentlemen, as I give Miguel Oliveira a little bit of a bump going wide in turn 5. Thankfully no penalty was given. Massive contact with Joan Mir. The MotoGP World Champion is down just into turn 6. There was massive contact made between him and Grant, and I tell you what, that might have been my error in that instance, because I went a little bit wide, I pushed Miguel Oliveira wide, and I was just desperate to get back into the middle of the track, and unfortunately by doing so we bumped and collided with the world champion Joan Mir. But I tell you what, up into 7th position already, guys. What a great start for us. The gamble with the soft option tyres has paid off dramatically. I don't know if you noticed in the grid and the original sort of showing of the actual riders on the grid, I went for the medium tyres, and a last second change I restarted and went for the soft option tyres instead, and this has paid absolute dividends. We're up into 6th position already. What a magnificent start in this track that I have such a treacherous time upon. The fortune has now been turned. We might even be able to get past Jack Miller sooner rather than later and have a chance of potentially and getting into the top 5 positions right in the rear of Jack Miller now as we got to the inside. Oh, I hate that animation, how that happens sometimes. You can go right alongside a bike, but for some reason your bike just gets completely twisted sideways. I hate how the collision detection does that in this video game. But going into turn 1, we are right onto the rear of the factory Ducati Jack Miller. There's Maverick Vinales and his teammate Fabio Quartararo as we try. Ooh, I thought about a lunge up at the inside of Jack Miller, but that would have been extremely foolish. Alex Rins is behind in Aleix Espargaro there in 8th position. He'll be miffed because he started so high up compared to his teammate Grant, and is nowhere to be seen compared in the sense of what our performance has been going into this first lap, or at least coming out of the first lap and into the second lap now, right on the trail of Jack Miller. And this track doesn't seem to be drying yet, so the soft option tyre is certainly going to be the best tyres to use right now on this track. Zarco's in the lead with Pecco Bagnaia and Fabio Quartararo. He's the last person we want anywhere near that first position, and that is Johan Zarco, as we now go up at the inside of Jack Miller. Wonderfully done, putting our position into that corner there. Beautifully done, putting the Aprilia ahead of the factory Ducati. That is exactly how you got to do it sometimes, as we run it a little bit wide going into turn 10. Jack Miller's not there, is he? Is he going to have in the lunge? Oh, rubbing his racing. My knee was practically on the side of his Ducati Desma Sedici GP21 as Jack Miller's right there. He's pushing me wide. He's pushing me wide going into that corner. Oh, and Zarco's... What? Zarco's gone down. Zarco is human. Johan Zarco is actually human, and he's finally made a mistake this championship. This is huge for the championship. Finally, Johan Zarco makes an error. Oh my God. Fortune has been shifted here today. We now have a chance to get to the 4th position. We're up into 4th. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe Johan Zarco has met his demise in a Grand Prix. He has been so good all season long as Jack Miller is shoving me out of the way into turn 1, and finally he's made a mistake. This is huge for the championship. We're in 4th position right now, and we can take away a good solid 12 points away from Johan Zarco. It's absolutely crucial. I think it's 13 points actually for 4th position, but I don't know where he is on track right now as Jack Miller regains the position for 4th. But I tell you what, actually it's not getting any easier on this track. It is beginning to dry. The soft option tyres are beginning to burn up somewhat. This might be a struggle to hold on to this position. It doesn't feel as confident as it did feel at the beginning of this Grand Prix, but we are close to Jack Miller there. Goodness me, we were right on the rear of the factory Ducati there. We chuck it into the left-hander for turn 7 and the right-hander turn 8. And don't forget, still got a bit of a bug to bear with Jack Miller after he pinched my pole position in the Sachsenring. Every single time we've been that close to pole position, someone has decided to come in there and pinch it away from me at the death. Fabio Quartararo was the first one, Miller was the second one, so I'd like to have a bit of revenge here today, if I can. Now Pecco Bagnaia is in the lead. Now he is leading Ducati here in the Kymiring. Not a bike I assumed that would be leading here in the Kymiring in the wet. Well, there you go, he is doing so far. Goodness me, I'm getting shoved wide. What on earth was that? Rins was pushing me wide. Jorge Martin was pushing me wide. That bloody corner. We've just lost so many positions in that one corner just because the AI decided to push me off the track. Not impressed. Not impressed at all right now. Now Aleix Espargaro is right. Oh, I'm pushing him wide now. This is getting really difficult to stop this motorcycle. Look at the way Aleix Espargaro is spinning up the rear. This has gone from heck to a handbasket already in just a couple of laps. Oh, I'm so frustrated now because we had a wonderful chance of taking away some fat points away from Johann Zarco. I guess it's not going to happen anymore, but now it's a case of just trying to finish ahead of teammate Aleix Espargaro. You know the rules. Teammate is always the priority to beat, and this is going to be the case here today. Will Aleix Espargaro take pity on me knowing that I'm in a deep battle for the championship? There's 2 victories to my name, son. There's none to yours right now, so let me take over in this position and try and take over and get some more points for this championship. We have a wonderful chance of getting a wonderful finish in the centre of the championship, so let me get through, Aleix. Thank you very much. No, Aleix, please, have pity on your teammate. Don't make me start battling and engaging in a track I don't even like. Come on, be good, Aleix. Be fair. Be a teammate. Be a good sport. I honestly don't think I'm going to get past Aleix Espargaro. He is good on the brakes, and, well, he's making it life difficult, especially being there on this track right now. This track is just extremely difficult for me anyway, and this is just making it so much worse. And I don't know whether the soft option tyre was the best choice, because it's really beginning to struggle now as Miguel Oliveira tries to have a lunge up at the inside going into turn 10. I'm trying to snap away the bike just away from him touching the rear tyre. He mustn't touch my rear tyre into this corner. Goodness me, I'm fed up with people doing that. I had to restart this one once or twice the last time I tried to play it because of the same thing as goodness me. Miguel Oliveira going into that corner then just dropped the front. Oh, and Valentino Rossi's dropped the front as well. Going into the same corner. That is a treacherous corner. Of course, in Moto3, my first season here in the Kymiring, I took out John McPhee in that very same corner by losing the front, by going in for a bit of an audacious lunge, if I'm truly honest with you. But now onto the right-hand side, we'll be starting lap 5 any moment now. Of course, Pecco Bagnaia, Quartararo, Vinales, Jack Miller, and I do believe there's someone else in there. I think it's Jorge Martin. I do believe there's another Ducati. Of course, he's flying the flag for the Pramac Ducati team right now as Johann Zarco met his demise earlier on in this Grand Prix. But lap 5 of 7, we're not that far away from Aleix Espargaro, but I'm a bit hesitant to use my power setting 3 just yet because there's not many more laps remaining, and I'd rather save it for the previous lap, or excuse me, for the final lap, just in case we really need it. Danilo Petrucci there, the wet weather specialist himself, is right behind me right now, so we could potentially be losing 8th position any moment now. Danilo Petrucci is not a man I want to test my mettle with against here in a difficult track under very, very treacherous conditions. Danilo Petrucci needs to come on through. I'll let you get past, but the fastest lap of the race, Johann Zarco with a 1:51.073. I don't believe that was set earlier on. I believe he's just set that just a moment ago. I didn't actually see it pop up, but I do believe that Johann Zarco is still circulating on this track as Danilo Petrucci. What a wonderful manoeuvre from the KTM man. That was a brilliant manoeuvre going into turn 9. Full props to you there, Danilo. And now Frankie Morbidelli's probably going to have a pinch going into the corner. Fine then, if you're going to get through, get on through, but I'm going to try and defend as much as possible. As we go for the inside line, Frankie Morbidelli goes a little bit wide. We are barely holding on to 9th position as things stand. If we can finish in the top 10 in this track, it's going to feel like a podium. It really is. Top 5 finish would have been a win. Top 10, bit of a podium. That's all we can do right now, just hold on to the death. So guys, if you are enjoying the video so far, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It would help out the channel quite a lot. We're on the goal, the challenge for 2,000 subscribers before the end of this year. I'm pretty certain we'll get there, but with your help we can get there a little bit quicker. But for the time being, we also need to get a little bit quicker on this track because Frankie Morbidelli is 0.2 of a second behind the man on your screens right now, the man on board the Aprilia RSGP, and these tyres are looking a bit worse for wear, let me be honest with you. And Petrucci has made up ground on Aleix Espargaro quite quickly. Of course, the wet weather specialist that he is, oh no, my goodness, Taka Nakagami and Morbidelli, they're going to pinch me 9th position and push me down to about the 11th, but I don't want to do that. I want to hold on to 9th on this penultimate lap. Bagnaia looks to be pretty firm and in control for a Grand Prix victory. As Frankie Morbidelli's gone down. What is going on in this Grand Prix today? It looks like every time they want to get close to you, they just want to drop the front. Scary moments for Frankie Morbidelli. I'm going to try and regain against Nakagami. Oh, I got stuck in the rumble strip. No, 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 no. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I got stuck on the rumble strip, tried to get back in on the inside, and I just touched his rear tyre. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry, Nakagami. And now Johann Zarco sets another fastest lap of the race with a 1:56.98. What a ridiculous job coming in from the way of Johann Zarco. And look at Valentino Rossi. He crashed earlier on and he's still there in 11th position. Brilliant job for the 9-times world champion. Now, I don't know what force field we've had around us in today's Grand Prix, but so many riders crashing out when they get close to us. Even if they get hard on the brakes and they're going in just behind us, they've lost the front. We've made contact with riders. We've bumped and bashed fairings with so many this Grand Prix. It's been an absolutely mayhem and chaotic Grand Prix. But going into the final corner for the penultimate time, we will have just one lap remaining. Bagnaia, Quartararo, Vinales on your podium right now as things stand for this Grand Prix of Finland. We are just going to try and hold on to the end here. A 9th place finish is going to be absolutely fine for me. This has been oh my goodness, it's such a difficult Grand Prix. The rain and the wet weather, of course, is a challenge in itself. It's not a challenge we haven't done before, but the fact that it's a track that I really, really don't like and really struggle with, there's not much for me to say apart from thank goodness we're actually going to be able to finish in the points, and not a bad point scoring position. Because of course the top 15 positions are all points paying positions. However, of course, 9th place is not full of points. It's not a bad amount of points, as Valentino Rossi is now your fastest man on track actually. A 1:50.406 coming in from the man on board the Petronas SRT Yamaha. His second half of the season has been much better than the first half of the season. He found something in the Catalonia test and it's certainly paying dividends for him here today. Now onto the brakes for the scary right-hander of turn 10. Nice and wide for the apex there to then bring it in nice and tight for the apex of turn 10 continuation, and then turn 11 the difficult right-hander. I usually touch the inside of the line there, so I've been going for a different line, but I guess this is going to be pretty much it. Fabio Quartararo, Bagnaia, Vinales, they're just approaching the final couple of corners now. It looks like Bagnaia has this one signed, sealed and delivered, which is crucial for the championship. He could very well take over my second spot in the World Championship, but across the line, Bagnaia wins, Quartararo second, and Maverick Vinales takes a double podium for Yamaha in 3rd position. Aleix Espargaro beats me for 7th position. He will be the top Aprilia, but for us to finish in 9th place, give me a wheelie. I'm happy with that one. In treacherous conditions, in the worst possible combination for me, the worst track and worst conditions, and we still finish in the top 10 positions. Bagnaia wins from Quartararo and Vinales with Miller and Martin, Marquez, Espargaro, Petrucci and Grant is your top 9 in the MotoGP class. Looking at the championship standings, and Pecco Bagnaia has pinched my second spot by only one singular point, but Johann Zarco's debacle today has cost him many championship points and now only leads by 32 points. A look at the team championship, and Pramac Racing Ducati still lead by 21 points over the official Ducati Lenovo MotoGP team and 55 points ahead of Aprilia Racing Team Gresini. A look at the Constructors' Championship, and there's no surprises here. Ducati have already got this one well and truly done and dusted. The Bologna factory are going to be loving this season because they're at the top of the standings by 82 points ahead of Yamaha and 90 ahead of Aprilia. So guys, upon that note, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment and subscribe. And hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single Dot Race upload. Thanks for watching guys, and ciao for now.
Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more Dot Race content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single Dot Race video.